What if I told you that some of the most jaw-dropping moments in reality TV were never meant to make it to air? Today, we're diving into meltdowns so chaotic, so unhinged, that producers tried to keep them buried. But somehow they made it out and changed television forever. These weren't your average tantrums. These were emotional detonations that left cast, crew, and audiences completely stunned. We're talking raw, real, and sometimes scary breakdowns from shows like America's Next Top Model, The Real Housewives, Survivor, and more. Moments that expose the darker side of reality entertainment. Why did the cameras keep rolling? Why didn't producers step in? And most importantly, what was the fallout? Stay locked in because we're counting down the top 5 most insane reality TV meltdowns that somehow aired even though they were never supposed to. Tyra Banks goes nuclear, America's Next Top Model. Before memes ruled the internet, Tyra Banks gave us an all-time reality TV meltdown, and it almost got cut. Season 4 of America's Next Top Model. Contestant Tiffany had just been eliminated. She didn't cry, she didn't scream, she smirked. And that's when Tyra absolutely lost it. What started as a calm critique exploded into a rage-fueled tirade. Tyra's voice cracked as she screamed, "I was rooting for you." We were all rooting for you. It became instantly iconic. But behind the scenes, execs were panicking. Producers reportedly debated pulling the clip. It wasn't just loud, it felt personal. The moment showed a raw, unfiltered Tyra that viewers hadn't seen before. There were fears it would damage her reputation or turn fans off the show entirely. But ultimately, they aired it. And that one line became a defining moment in pop culture. GIFs, memes, parodies, it exploded. Ironically, Tiffany wasn't the worst model. She just didn't give the reaction Tyra wanted. This meltdown revealed more about the pressure inside the show than it did about Tiffany. And it proved that even reality TV judges aren't immune to breaking down on camera. Teresa Giudice's table flip, Real Housewives of New Jersey. You can't talk reality TV chaos without mentioning the table flip that launched 1,000 GIFs. Season 1, The Real Housewives of New Jersey. Teresa Giudice is already tense. But when castmate Danielle Staub brings up a salacious book that hints at Teresa's family secrets, the pressure explodes. Teresa jumps up, shouts, "Prostitution whore," and flips the entire dinner table. Drinks, plates, everything in a chaotic symphony of rage. What you didn't see? Total producer panic. This wasn't planned, it wasn't encouraged. Bravo was still finding its tone, and that level of physical aggression had never aired before. Legal teams got involved. Editors were told to tone it down, but no amount of edits could hide what had just happened. Instead of cutting it, Bravo leaned in. The network decided to air the scene, and it changed the game. It redefined the franchise. The Housewives were no longer just glam and gossip. They were explosive, unpredictable, and must-watch. Teresa became a household name overnight. And table flipping? It became a reality TV art form. Gemma Collins versus Tiffany Pollard, Celebrity Big Brother UK. Nobody does reality TV like the UK, and this next meltdown proves it. Celebrity Big Brother UK gave us one of the most bizarre and emotional moments in TV history, starring Gemma Collins and Tiffany New York Pollard. It began with a tragic misunderstanding. A fellow housemate, David Guest, was resting in his room, but Tiffany was misinformed and believed he had died. In reality, it was David Bowie who had passed away. Tiffany collapsed in tears. She screamed. She told the entire house David was dead. The panic spread. But when Gemma corrected her, things spiraled into emotional warfare. Tiffany felt embarrassed, humiliated. Gemma accused her of being disrespectful and milking it. The shouting match was unfiltered chaos. Security was nearly called. Behind the scenes, producers debated shelving the episode. It was intense, unpredictable, and painfully real. But in the end, they aired it all. Why? Because it was raw, unrehearsed, and unforgettable. The misunderstanding, the grief, the shouting, it was reality TV at its most volatile. Kim versus Kourtney, physical fight, keeping up with the Kardashians. For years, the Kardashians served up drama, but in season 18, things got too real. It started with an argument about work ethic. Kourtney felt judged, Kim felt unappreciated. But instead of another shouting match, Kourtney snapped. She threw punches. Kim swung back. The two shoved each other into walls. Makeup smeared. Scratches flew. Production crew rushed in to separate them, and you can hear the crew's panic. A producer's voice off-screen shouts, "Stop! Stop!" It was the first time real violence had erupted in a show known more for lip gloss than fistfights. Executives debated whether to air it. They feared backlash, that it would go from guilty pleasure to, "Why are we watching this?" But they knew what they had: unfiltered humanity. It wasn't flattering, it wasn't polished, but it was real. The fight shocked even die-hard fans and led to both sisters stepping away from filming for a while. The message? Even the most curated families can break under the pressure of the spotlight. Brandon Hant's meltdown. Survivor, Caramone. Some reality TV meltdowns are dramatic, others are dangerous. Brandon Hant's, nephew of Survivor villain Russell Hantz, brought tension with him from day one. He was volatile, unpredictable, but what happened at Tribal Council was something no one expected. After a series of clashes with his tribe, Brandon went nuclear. He dumped out the tribe's food. He screamed, ranted, refused to calm down. The vibe turned from drama to distress. Host Jeff Probst did something unprecedented. He called an emergency tribal council, on the spot, no ceremony, no voting round, just a team decision. Brandon had to go. Producers worried about the optics. CBS debated cutting the footage, but in the end, they aired it, uncut. Why? Because it forced a conversation about mental health in high-pressure environments. This wasn't just a bad edit. It was a person cracking under the weight of reality TV. And it reminded everyone that these aren't just characters, they're real people in unreal circumstances. So what do all these meltdowns have in common? They were never part of the plan. Producers didn't script them, editors didn't want them, legal didn't love them. But reality TV's darkest, rawest moments often become the most unforgettable. Why? Because they're honest, messy, human. From Tyra's explosive disappointment, to Teresa's rage, to Tiffany's grief, Kim's slap, and Brandon's breakdown, each moment peeled back the gloss and gave us the truth. Reality TV isn't always fun. It's pressure, it's conflict, it's real. And while these meltdowns made headlines and launched memes, they also raised serious questions about the ethics of what we're watching. How far is too far? And when should the cameras finally stop rolling? If you enjoyed this breakdown of the wildest moments that almost didn't air, smash that like button, subscribe for more behind-the-scenes deep dives, and let us know in the comments, which meltdown hit hardest? And should producers have aired it? Until next time, stay curious, stay critical, and remember, not everything you see was meant to be seen. And if you want more deep dives into your favorite actors and filmmakers, make sure to subscribe to FilmVert.